We're back in the bus again, headed out on the open road up the Dartmoor. God, we've had a hell of a week. We're absolutely knackered. Been working hard all week, so we can't really complain about business. But as you know from the previous video, our holiday was cancelled, banned, kicked out the resort before we even got there by Liberty Hotels. I told you before, we booked it over a year ago, and 17 days before we were due to fly out, they decided they didn't want us due to a previous incident. I've explained it all in that last video. You've seen it, you've heard it. But what you want to know is what else we're doing, where else we're going, all the other holidays that we've booked. Unfortunately, we haven't found anywhere yet. Not as good as that. There's loads of places out there, but they're not quite as good as that. So we've got we're supposed to be leaving in 7 days time. So hopefully over the next couple of days we'll book something. If not, I don't know, we'll bugger off in the bus or something like that. So hopefully within the next few days we'll see something that we fancy and we'll book it. I've seen a few places that I thought, yeah, that suits me. Loads of swimming pools, loads of restaurants, all inclusive, beach. I want lots of greenery, lots of it, palm trees, grass, mountains, all that stuff, and then the beach in front of us. So I've seen lots of them, but Jackie didn't quite like them. Not sure why. Maybe because they just weren't the place that we had our heart set on. So anyway, yeah, if we find something, we'll find something. If not, then it'll be load up the bus and do what I've wanted to do since we've had the bus, and chug around the UK for a week or two, or even take it across to Santander or something like that. I'm not sure whether I'm brave enough to take it abroad yet. I think I wouldn't mind spending a week or two chugging around the UK first. What do you say on it all, Jackie? Well, we've made it to Dartmoor, a lovely national park in Devon. We've got loads of horses running around everywhere, little baby foals everywhere. You've got sheep all over the place. Of course, we've got the lambs now. Look at these two coming up now, playing with each other, butting heads. We made it here. The park that we've been using lately, someone else has got that for now. It's just a family having a barbecue. They've got 3 cars in that space, and they've got a barbecue down the end. So we don't mind. We're literally opposite them. We don't think they stay the night. We might just drive forward when they decide to go home after they've had their barbecue. But we've parked up. I've closed the blinds at the front so no one can peek in on us. And I've got our roasts in the oven. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm doing a diabetic friendly roast. Yes, I'm actually making the effort. Like I said, I'll do it as and when I can. Also, something else happened last week. Oh my God. Last week, as you know, we had so much bad luck starting on the Saturday. Well, it wasn't so much bad. It was just that thing, really, starting on the Saturday afternoon when we got that email about our holiday cancelled, which literally just put us in such a horrible mood. And then obviously spending ages in Tui on the Monday, getting absolutely nowhere, searching for holidays all the way. Oh, and then going back to the Monday, I've got 2 phones. I've got this phone, which is me. What is this one? This is an iPhone 14 Max Pro Max. That's right. I got this one, which is my main phone. I got me SIM in this, and I use this for a lot of this sort of filming. Then I've got my old phone, which was an iPhone XR, which obviously I had that one in the contract before I got this one. And I used to keep that one mainly in the windscreen of the vehicle. So I would use that, you know, for filming the road and filming me when I'm driving or just sat behind the wheel. Well, we had a few phone problems the other day, so I was using my little iPhone XR at the back of the van. I was sat outside with a blinking deck chair, getting some sun with the iPhone XR. And then when we went to go, cleared everything up, slammed the back doors, it wouldn't slam. I'm like, oh my God, it wouldn't shut, should I say. So I opened it again, and as I opened it, my iPhone XR fell to the floor, absolutely shattered back and front. They put glass backs on them now, blinking now. So the back was shattered, the front was shattered. I was a bit peed off because it's quite, it's quite useful. I use it for me vlogging. Jackie uses it for playing games and things like that. So anyway, I got a £25 gift voucher for Father's Day. And I found on Amazon this place that was selling them. They call them refurbished or something. Refurbished iPhone XR. It was 147 quid, £25 off, £122. Ordered it. Came about 3 days later. I'll tell you what, absolutely meant it was in better condition than the old one. So yeah, chuffed to bits. I got me two phones back again. Now also, let's say 2 cameras. That's mainly what I use it for the camera. Also, what a lot of people do when they're making their YouTube videos is they use these like very fancy cameras, and you know, they're brilliant, like GoPro. I'd love a GoPro and all these fancy other cameras and that. But from what I can gather, you then need a decent laptop to download everything, put it all together and plug it in and flick it over and everything. So I find that I just use my Apple iPhones. I think they're absolutely brilliant. I think the cameras are amazing. I've got 2 iPhones, as I say, for recording. I've got my Apple iPad as well, which I can record on. The quality's not as good. I don't use that very often. But I've got my Apple iPad, but all 3 of them, they're all linked to the same sort of cloud. There's no cables, there's no downloading. They just all sync with each other. And then when I've got enough footage, I can just sit down with iMovie and edit it all on my iPad. So I'm quite happy with the way I do things for now. Maybe eventually, like I said, I'd like to get a GoPro sometime. I'm not quite sure why. They just look cool and they're waterproof, and I think you can get some better angles on them as well. But then obviously I'd have to make sure I got a decent laptop with the relevant software. So for now, I'll stick with the way I'm doing it, and who knows what's going to happen in the future. You know, maybe I'll get given one. I doubt it, not until I get at least another couple of thousand more likes on my page. Not so much likes, subscribers. There, so as you've seen them all before, there's our roast dinners. Look at that steam coming off them, nice and hot, boiling hot. I bet you know which one's mine. The one with the sausages on, damn right. And then there's one in there for Daisy. Just got to put the mint sauce on and get Jackie over here. Dinner is served. You ready for your dinner, Jackie?
Yes. I'm looking forward to my tea. Thank you, Carl.
Oh, you're perfectly welcome, sweetheart.
But it's been a bit of a tough time, isn't it?
It has been a very tough time. I feel more sorry for you than me.
I'm feeling absolutely exhausted. So if you can see, I'm probably looking like I've aged 10 years.
20. But you get me sympathy.
Shall I? Yes, I will.
Yeah, and then you'll have to drive this one home. That'd be a laugh, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's nasty. Look, I could have used that.
Oh, she's a dangerous woman.
Sorry, Carl.
I don't think you're sorry at all.
Prick.
We just talk absolute twaddle for the sake of it.
He talks twaddle.
That's what happens when you've been together for 20 years. Wait until we've been together for 40 years.
I just don't bother to talk to you, mate.
No, we'll be talking in Sims then. Why don't go
We're only talking shit because our food's too hot and we burn our mouth.
Oh no, you can turn it off if you want. Just press that stop button.
You do it.
Yeah, but I'm so big and fat, I'll make the whole van shake. Oh. You're always telling me how stealth and tiny you are. Now you got to press it again. Go on then. Go on then. Oh, look at that. Yum, yum. First bit's taken out, left on the carpet. Good morning, everyone. Well, we've had a little bit of an advancement on our holiday. Obviously, the old one was quashed. That one's gone. That's done and dusted. Well, Jackie and her sister, Karen, have been banging their heads together all week trying to find somewhere nice for us to go on holiday. And they finally decided, well, it was always there as an option anyway, but we were trying to look for somewhere, you know, more like the place that we'd already been to, that we'd already booked. But they finally come up with, we're going to the same place that Karen and her husband goes to. And that's going to be Jiva Beach Resort in Turkey. We're going there, not the same time as them. They're going later on in the year. But nice cough, Jackie.
Sorry, I'm joking.
But yeah, we found a good package. I mean, when we tried to book the same package as them through TUI, it was probably about £400 or £500 more. So we've actually managed to book it through Jet2, and we've saved quite a substantial amount, actually. It's, you know, so everything's for a reason. So we've booked Jiva Beach Resort in Turkey. Let's have a look here. See that? Oh, all the reflections on it as well. Hang on, let's try and get a good non-reflection shot. There's a picture of it on my iPad anyway. I think we'll be very happy there. There's a few pools, there's a few restaurants. It's all inclusive. Right on the beach. Right next to Fettier. It's in Fettier, isn't it, Jack? Is it Fettier?
About 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes away from Fettier. So you could literally walk into the local town if you wanted to. So that's going to be nice. So anyway, at least we've got our holiday booked now. And we booked it for the original dates, which we were going to go on, which is literally a week today. 1 week today, we go on holiday. It's the original dates of our original holiday, which is great because it ties in with all our bookings at work. The only difference is we're leaving from Bristol as opposed to Exeter. Exeter's our local airport. You know, that's only about an hour up the road, 45 minutes to an hour up the road. Whereas Bristol's going to be a couple of hours drive. We're not sure whether we're going to drive up there and sort some parking out or get the megabus. Being an ex-bus driver, I think I'm more reliant on my car than the buses. I'm just afraid if we book the bus to get there and it breaks down or it don't turn up, you know what buses are like for not turning up, and we'll miss our holiday. It might be safer taking my car. At least I know my car's reliable. But saying that, maybe they prioritise coaches a little bit more. I mean, obviously buses, they run like every 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And you know what? If you're half an hour late for work, 20 minutes late for work, it is what it is. It's not a great ordeal, isn't it? But obviously with a coach, they know that people have to get there, especially if it's going on an airport run. You know, if they've got 50, 60 people on a blinking coach going up to the airport and it decides it wants to run late or break down and they don't put a replacement on, that's 50, 60 people going to miss their holidays. We're going to do what we usually do today. We're going to hang around here for a while, do our breakfast a bit later on, got the bacon and the sausages, even bought some black pudding today. So Jackie's in for a treat. How's me dog doing this morning? How you doing, Daisy? You okay if you got your morning head on? You're a good girl. So as you know, when cooking in the camper van, it is a case of musical saucepans. So basically, I'm putting the kettle on for starters, so that won't take long to boil at the end when we want a cuppa. And then I can put the frying pan there, and I can put the bacon and the black pudding in the frying pan. I've got the sausages on to cook. When the sausages are cooked, I'm going to chuck the beans on top of the sausages, so that will cook the beans. And then I'll have the bacon and the black pudding and the tomatoes in that pan. Somewhere along the line, I'll toss the mushrooms in with it. When that's all ready, I'll probably just chuck it all in on top of the beans to keep it warm, and then fry the eggs, which are there. I'll probably scramble them again. I'll scramble them up in that pan with the bacon fat. That's the plan anyway. That's doing quite nicely. We've got the sausages, the bacon, the tomatoes. I'm going to chuck these on there to warm. Whoa! I've drained most of the sausage fat out, but those beans will be delicious because they'll get the flavour of the sausages and the rest of the sausage fat. They'll be lush. Almost forgot, got to get the mushrooms in there. Oh, empty a bag with one hand. Go on, mushrooms, in you go. Whee. There they go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, I think I'll just put the bacon on top now because the bacon's done. And then let's try and flip these tomatoes. Will they flip with a fork? Go on, bite. Yes. And that one. Over you go. Oh, beauty. Oh, yes, that's coming along nicely. I'll tell you a little trick that I've done as well. For a one-pan meal, I've cracked the eggs on top of that, put the lid on, leave it for about 6 or 7 minutes, and you get your poached eggs. Sausage, beans, and egg all in one pot. You can even eat it out the same pot. Ideal if you're camping and you're using like a billy tin or something like that. Now I'm going to chuck the mushrooms on top of that, put the lid on, and that will keep everything warm while I do the scrambled eggs in there. See, I've sort of like put a barrier with the bacon over the beans, and then the tomatoes, and then the mushrooms. It kind of separates it all. There it is. I could tuck into that myself. If you can hear Elvis in the background, that's me at one of our Elvis concerts a while ago. Where am I? I know I look like a bit of a Teletubby, but I ain't bad. It's probably... I'm better at singing than I am cooking. I'm going to get the scrambled eggs in there now. There they are. Now let's bash them up a bit. Go on, boys. Yeah. We get them going for a couple of minutes, bash them all up, they'll be lovely. Oh, and the pepper, don't forget the pepper. Right, that's the eggs done. Let's whip the lid off this. The steam will tell it all. Oh yes, that's all nice and hot and cooked and beautiful. Get this dished up on our plates. Now that's a breakfast worth getting up for. Right, I'm going to sit there and eat mine. But Mother is going to be a princess and have it at the back on the bed. Here you go, Jackie. There you go, me lovely.
Thank you. I don't need that.
You don't need that. You've already got it. Is that all right for you? Enjoy.
Thank you.
As they say in Turkey, enjoy your meal. Now, anyone who was looking at Jackie's plate and thinking, wow, what a beast of a portion. Well, that's what she left. Well, the idea was Daisy doesn't eat her food, but she eats ours. So I thought I'll chuck it all on Jackie's and then I can stick it on a plate, any leftovers, and then Daisy can eat what she wants out of it. Right, let's see how the little monkey gets on with this. Put him down there. Oh, I can't reach. My arms is not long enough. Wait. Go on then. Go and have a look. Go on, impress me. Impress me. Last week, she sniffed it and just walked away and jumped on the bed with her mum. You gonna have a go with it? Good girl. Go on then, you have it. Well, that's not a bad sight. Right outside the van. That's the baby one. Heard my voice and frightened. That's the mummy. I saw the two of them over a bit further down a few hours ago. We're just about to go for a little walk across the moors. It's not very sunny, but it's quite bright and glary, and there's a crisper breeze in the air, which makes it nice and fresh. So we've been lying around the van, pretty much just dozing and snoozing and just enjoying the relaxation. So let's stretch our legs for a few minutes. There actually seems to be quite a lot of cows on this field today. Honestly, we hardly ever see cows here. Lots of horses, lots of sheep, but we hardly ever see cows. We can get really close to them. Don't want to get too close. I don't know how friendly cows are. There they are, minding their own business, having a sleep. And talking about cows, no, I'm not really that brave enough. Jackie just said, look, there's a cow in front of us, camouflaged as a hedge. Can you see it? Sorry, I couldn't resist it. I've already had a good go at the flake. And we're back again. Not bad, about a 43-minute walk. Wonder if that even burnt off half of the ice cream that I had. And finally, one of the bits I look forward to the most on our little adventures, I get to sit in the sunshine. It's been quite overcast and gloomy since we got here yesterday. But now, what is it? 4:35 and the sun's just come out. So I'm going to grab as much of it as I possibly can. I've got 7 days to get this town ready for Turkey. Okay, well, that's us for now. It's 6 o'clock. We're going to head off home for tea. Jackie's in the mood for a Chinese, so we might treat ourselves to one of them. If not, we'll get it later on in the week. I don't know if you'll see us again before now and the end of the week, because in a week's time, we'll be in Turkey. 5 o'clock UK time next week. Next Monday, we should be in Turkey, so we'll have been there for an hour. Hopefully, we'll have made it out of the airport by now in a week's time. So until then, ta-da, see you later. I've just picked Daisy up from the groomers and we've had a little walk, not very long. I suppose it took about 10 minutes to get from the groomers down to the chemist and 10 minutes back again. But it's a really, really hot day and she's gagging to get home and have a drink. Daisy, you on Mummy's chair? Are you on Mummy's chair? But you feel proud as punch. And we're home again. We have treated ourselves to Chinese. And Daisy's waiting to eat her fried chicken. Wait! She likes fried chicken because she's spoiled. What? Do you really want that? Go on then. What a good girl. She's celebrating because she's been to the groomers. I've had quite a nice day off today. I mean, we've had to get things ready for our holiday. So I've been up in the loft, getting the suitcases out, moving a load of stuff from one side of the loft to the other side because our boy's getting his ceiling replaced while we're away and we don't want everything falling on the heads of the builders. Oh, just been up to all sorts today. I had to go down Sainsbury's and get some travel money. There you go, look. I got 5 grand in my hand, which is 5,000 Turkish lira, about 150 quid. I had to get in touch with the doctors because I've been getting a bit chesty, so I wanted to get some antibiotics before I went away for Turkey. I don't want that playing me up while I'm away. Just come up to the van because it's a bit hot and stuffy indoors, and also I was watching a YouTube video, Will's whereabouts, and you know, when you see people messing around with their vans, it just makes you want to go up and spend some time with your vans. It's a bit like when you watch puppy videos, you can't wait to go home and start playing with your own dog. Well, it's Wednesday now, and like I said, we've had today off. We've got to work Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Sunday we finish until 4 o'clock. Well, we'll probably be out of there by about 5 time we clean up. And then sometime over the weekend, I've got to drop William, the van, over to a friend's house so I can leave it on his drive while we're away, be nice and safe. And then Monday morning, I think the coach is at 7 o'clock to get us to Bristol Airport for 10. So, yeah, be an early one on Monday. And then, you know, heading to the coach station, get the coach up to Bristol. And then getting, I think it's a 1 o'clock flight to Turkey, which takes like 4 hours. And then I think the time goes, I can't remember which way it goes off the top of my head. But yeah, we'll be there Monday evening or Monday late afternoon. And really looking forward to it.